is at fault because of the kind of man she picked and her expecting him to be faithful and then choosing to break up her family. She's the one that's saying it's over. You broke up your family. You could have rolled with this and saying this is the man, because that's the man you got. You
How dumb do I look if I ride with this?
Well, it's embarrassing, but that's the man you got.
And you got a baby. That's what's killing me. I'm saddled with your baby for the rest of my life.
Well, she's already given
Are we all
hints.
wrong? Jim. Oh, get him, Jim. Come on, Jim. Let's go.
Whose fault is this? LeBron James. The second he decided to come to Los Angeles to play for the Lakers, the cameras followed him. So Chris Kardashian Jenner, it was going to be over. It was all this other kiss stuff. It's just good for the cameras, but the second LeBron left, the marriage is
good
over.
For the show.
That's it.
That's Kyle.
Because keep receipts. 2 more years of Tristan in Cleveland. He can't get out of that.
Really? So do you think that he's eventually going to try to come to L.A.?
Well, I'm sure, right? To something.
Yeah.
Wherever the cameras are at, he'll come there.
And then they'll get back together.
Well, and then also you have to realize,
yes. Okay.
The party was at Tristan's house, so they're living separately.
At Tristan's house in Cleveland or in
in LA. So he
wants to be about this life. So
he has a separate house from Chloe. And why wasn't Chloe at the party? You know what I'm saying? So you have to look at all
because they're not together. And
exactly.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Yeah, I'm on. It's on. Hey, what's going on, y'all? 7 p.m. on a Monday. You already know, just a bit outside radio show. I am your host, Kescia, and to my right is Mark. What it do, big homie?
It's going. It's doing. You?
Hey. Everything is a go. It's a go.
It's been a Monday.
Yeah.
Every Monday we say that, but it's been a Monday.
Yeah. We're going to keep the energy level high. We're going to try to. We're going to maintain that shit tonight. It's popping. Yo, Orioles played earlier today. NBA playoffs kicked off this weekend. A lot going on.
Which, I got to look into the NBA's the bracket challenge more, but we have a bracket challenge going.
Yes.
And hopefully, I think you might still be able to sign up because it goes by how many wins you think they'll get for each round.
Right.
And who's going on. So it's on the page. Maybe I'll bump it up again and put the password and everything, and you say who you think is going to go through and win the NBA championship.
And we'll talk more about the NBA playoffs in a quick minute, but yo, I just learned something about you today.
About me? Uh-oh.
Yes.
Oh, Lord.
That you got a new hobby or something, yo.
You did not send that pic.
Can't catch them all.
So listen.
Andre. Yo, Mark has a new love. He's got a new obsession, yo. I need answers.
We're messing with the filters on the camera over the weekend, and that was just one of them. I threw it up.
Detective Pikachu.
Hey, that movie's gonna be a bomb, man.
Oh man, yeah. As soon as I saw that shit, I said to Andre, like, yo, you got to put this on tonight. That's awesome. That's awesome, though, man. Always fun.
Payback.
I was just thinking that he is going to get me so bad one day. But, yeah, yo, crazy shit going on with the Lakers. You know, Magic stepped down. Luke Walton stepped down.
Avenge the Fallen.
Who's behind this? Nobody knows, but it'll all be coming out soon. And then, I mean, which I knew, and I said that it would be like no time. I didn't think it would be that fast. But Vlade Divac, former player for the Lakers and current, I think, president of the Sacramento Kings.
I think so, yeah.
President, owner, GM. He's a big wig. Scooped him up. Yeah.
Smart.
Yeah, didn't take long, yo.
Did you see Magic's like statement or the interview that he did talking about why he was leaving and stuff? Mm-hmm. Like he was talking about his happiness and stuff, and that he just wasn't happy in his life.
You buying that?
Absolutely.
Are you really?
I think LeBron made his life so much hell. He's like, you know what?
Okay,
I don't need this ish.
That's the nice way of saying it.
Yeah,
you know
absolutely.
what I'm saying? Like,
he's like I got my thing with the Dodgers going.
You know, let me be PC with my whole shit. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And I was, I analyze everything and I think about everything. And before, like he gave like the official statement, I was just baffled behind why he did not tell Jeannie Buss ahead of time. And the only conclusion I could come up with was that he knew that she would try to talk him out of it.
Oh, for sure.
And he was that much fed up. And that's exactly what he said.
They're supposed to be tight, too.
Right, exactly. And the other thing is if the whole thing really was, the whole problem was really Luke Walton, and if Magic was on board with firing Luke Walton, he did that shit and everything would have been fine. So I'm not buying any of this stuff that's going down, yo. We're gonna wait for a couple more weeks till all of that shit comes out, man, and we're gonna revisit this. We're gonna revisit this show.
Maybe in a few years we'll get like a biography come out and get all the dirt.
How many lives have been ruined behind Labooty? Yo, but the NBA playoffs did go down. We had a people's poll question for the NBA playoffs. I think we did. Yes, we did. Because we were talking about, last week we were talking about teams that were on the bubble. We were talking about the Detroit Pistons, Charlotte Bobcats, and the Miami Heat. I said the Charlotte Bobcats. I did that shit again. They gonna kill me. Charlotte Hornets and the Miami Heat. And so we did a poll question, and it was like, when it's all said and done, who's going to take the final spot? Mm-hmm. Right?
Oh, yep.
Right. And God, I'm trying to find the damn results. We have posted so much crap. Oh, okay, all right, here we go. 40% said the Detroit Pistons, 60% said someone else, and outsiders, I do not know what the hell was wrong with y'all. People got it wrong. I don't know if they were just, they weren't paying attention to who the Pistons were playing, or maybe they were blinded by the flash, by the love of Dwayne Wade, and thought he was going to go out with a bang. Hell to the no. The Detroit Pistons got that last spot. And you guys, if you think about it, and if you've been watching any of the NBA, the Detroit Pistons' final 2 games, all they had to do was to win out.
Yep.
They were in the driver's seat. They were in control of their own destiny. And their last 2 games was with the Memphis Grizzlies and the New York Knicks. Now, I got to shout out Chris and Chris, the CNC Trolling Factory. The Hornet fans that was hyping, telling me to pull up because the Bobcats were going to make the playoffs. And I'm like, dude, Detroit's not going to lose either one of these games. Like, I don't understand why anybody thought the Pistons weren't going to do it.
Yep.
I was kind of surprised with the results.
All that matters is we got it right.
Yep. Hey, we're the hosts. Hey. So, that was a lot of fun. And, the first set of games went down Saturday and Sunday.
Yep.
What you think? What was the most, what would you say was the most surprising result? I know what you're going to say. I think everybody's going to say the same fucking thing. Magic Raptors? Okay, I got another one.
Yeah.
Nets over Philly.
Oh yeah.
They beat the brakes off of them, man.
That was just a shit show.
Nasty Brooklyn-sized ass whooping, yo.
Embiid, he has a knee injury he's working through, but he still put up 22. But what's his name? Did you hear about Amir Johnson?
No.
Getting fined by the 76ers? This should be on the WTS. He was sitting
Save it then.
No. Okay.
All right. Well, okay. All right, WTF moment of the week coming right now.
He's sitting there on the bench, game 1,
Go ahead.
late in the game, whoops out his cell phone, like showing Embiid some stuff. That's an automatic fine.
Are you serious?
Like, you gotta wonder if these guys were even like taking it serious.
And you know what? And, you know, the Philadelphia 76ers, and you can also say this about the Toronto Raptors, it is something to be said about how you finish a season. Yep. A lot of times people think that last week be BS. Yo, I am a believer in finishing strong because that momentum carries on into the first round of the playoffs if you are so lucky to make that shit. And I'm going to tell you like this. Philly looked horrible. And they looked horrible their last week of play. They really did, and Brooklyn was looking mighty nice, man. That's like my underdog team. I threw money at them all day.
And I think at the beginning of the season, I had 76ers going.
Yeah, I had, what did I have? Yeah, I think I had Philly and Milwaukee. But Orlando Magic is another team. I mean, you know, the Magic and the Nets are two scary teams. They can upset this first round, man. They can shake it up. If they keep the momentum going, man.
Well, remember last year, too, the Raptors, they fired their coach.
Yeah.
And they're just trying to shake that playoff, you know.
They can never get right in the playoffs. Exactly. I don't know what their problem is. This is just baffling to me.
And they're just going down again. I mean, it's only one game down, but still.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Did you get a chance to watch that Golden State Los Angeles Clippers game?
I did not.
Oh my gosh, that shit was sheer entertainment, man. And it wasn't even because of the basketball, because they got mollywopped. But the exchange between Kevin Durant and Patrick Beverly was fire. It was fantastic, man. Like, it was great entertainment the whole entire time. I mean, yeah. I mean, it was like the referee just had this moment where he was like, the hell with everybody. And he was just, everybody out the game. You know what I mean? It was great. It was great. But, you know, I got to shout out Patrick Beverly and the Clippers for doing that assignment. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I mean, because the size difference, that was a mismatch. Like, I don't know what. But, Patrick Beverly was D'ing up and getting into Durant's head, man. I mean, they, like I said, they ended up, rolling around on the ground, fake trying to wrestle, but not really. And then, referee just had it up, they were just like over it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, that was a good piece of basketball.
And shouts out to Steph Curry for becoming the leading all-time three-point scorer in playoffs.
Yeah. In like less than half the time of who was next? Jesus. Is LeBron James?
That wasn't Bird.
No. Dang, we just completely disrespected.
It's Steph. That's all that matters now.
Was it Reggie Miller?
I think so.
Somebody fact check me on that. I'm going to say Reggie Miller. I'm going to go with Reggie Miller. Big accomplishment. I mean, I think he did it in like 90-some games. The next person did it in like, I don't know, 200-something. Mm-hmm. It was nuts. So I'm pretty sure he's going to put up numbers that no one will be able to pass. Like, yeah. He's that good. It's crazy.
Long time,
Not for a long time, yo. Disappointed with my Thunder. But I'm not going to talk anymore about that because we're going to go on commercial break. When we come back, we'll have our WTF moments of the week, yo. So don't go anywhere. Just a bit outside.
More show on Underwood Radio.
Thank you, super producer Courtney Black has fact checked so hard
my Lord.
that they've called her up to Washington D.C. with Harry.
Okay. Now we lost two people.
That's right. She's over there fact checking the Cohen testimony of that.
It's horrible. I feel sorry for Courtney's next man. And we're back with more Cheryl on Underwood Radio.
Thank you, super producer. We're in the sports bar where makeup and talking women come to eavesdrop. Phone lines are open to you 1-855-Cheryl1. You can email us at CherylUnderwoodRadio.com. You can also comment on our social media at Underwood Radio, Twitter at Cheryl Underwood Radio, Facebook and Instagram. And Courtney is going to read your social media
responses.
It's going to be Courtney's social media shout outs.
Yeah.
And so we're going to add those to Cheryl Underwood Radio. But I just love that all of us have slightly different opinions on this Jordan Woods, Tristan Thompson, Khloe Kardashian thing. Does anybody think that big ups to Jada and Will and what's the baby name, Jaden, for being friends with both of them, but being the only people that ever stood up to the Kardashian machine, Kardashian Jenner machine, and say, wait.
They big enough that they can do that.
That's right.
Yeah, you got that right.
They were the only people that could give Jordan a platform to say her side, even if she had a non-disclosure. Dog Harry, come on back, because I heard that they have a non-disclosure.
Yeah.
Driving has a rhythm all its own. Don't wreck it with a text. Before you get behind the wheel, silence your phone. Or better yet, designate a texter. For more text-free driving tips, visit stoptextstoprex.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
Check out this snippet from the new season of Talk Lately with Monty about Jennifer Holliday.
Anyway, let's get back to...
Yeah, well, what I wanted to say is that I can understand 100% where Jennifer Holliday is coming from, and that's sort of kind of where my 20% came from. When I basically came out and said who I voted for, I received a lot of backlash. Even on my own talk show, which comes on every Monday from 5 to 7 p.m., I was called a coon. Okay, yeah, shout out for the plug. But yeah, someone actually, they told CJ Bernie that I was a coon, and that really hurt me. I've been called everything from a fat whatever and everything, but someone actually commented on his Facebook
I didn't even say that. That's kind of rough.
Called me a coon, but it's like it's crazy because I just feel like someone like Jennifer Holliday, I understand why she stepped down, but I'm kind of upset with her because I think she still should have performed. If you're going to jump out there, then stand in your truth. Don't let no one stop you or change your mind about anything. And listen, no one put a gun to her head and made her sign on for that. But it just seems like, she was basically, she was bullied.
But see, the thing about it is they will put a gun to her head to not do it.
I don't think so.
Well, that's what the threat says. You got to say, it's why it's called a threat. You don't know the hypotheticals in there that could happen to you.
Why do you think
she's not a well-known singer, so she's not going around with security. Since she goes to get her tracks at the mall,
right?
Pow!
Right, but at the same time,
now we got a whole bunch of dead cats.
Yeah, but like what she said in the footage, today on The View was basically it's not white people who was threatening her. It was us who was threatening her.
Right. Where do you think she live? I think she live in Atlanta.
Exactly.
They gonna get her at the Ku Klux Klan mall and drag her by her hair. Her hair made a cat. She got the new weave.
I don't have Jennifer Holliday money, honey. I don't know what it might be because it's. I don't got Jennifer Holliday money, but me personally, I feel as though like I said, once I kind of came out, and even being on this show, because I'm pretty sure the headline says Trump supporter, I'm putting a lot of myself out there. You know what I'm saying? So I get it.
Every Tuesday at 7 p.m. only on BeExposedRadio.com.
We're back with more Cheryl Underwood Radio.
Thank you, super producer. Hey, we're in a sports bar where men come to talk and women come to eavesdrop. And we are going to get into some sports discussion, like why I believe Gazanga is going to be the greatest name. I got my little bracket, and I'm just going to...
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Welcome back to Stupid Outside Radio Show, BeExposedRadio.com. Check us out every week on Facebook and YouTube, live, 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Mondays. Check us out throughout the week, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, wherever you find your podcast. I did not have a spicy moment. What the heck?
No, I was just looking at some notes on my phone.
We were talking about the 76ers and Nets earlier. They're tipping off at 8 o'clock, so in the second hour it's going to be pretty interesting to see how things are going down up the road in Philly. And also, we haven't really talked much NHL, but the Caps, actually they should be having the puck drop now against the Hurricanes, which they have the series lead on them already. That's tonight.
All right, so stay tuned for those updates. Yo, it's time for the moments that we know and that you love. The WTF moments of the week. And I'll let my homeboy, I'll let big homie kick it off. What you got?
This one's crazy. Like we talked about it several times about like just crazy bets that come through.
Yep.
As we know, Tiger Woods won the Masters this weekend, and this homeboy dropped an $85,000 bet on Tiger at the William Hill Sportsbook in Vegas. William Hill apparently doesn't pay out a whole lot. They hedge their bets. Tiger was 14-1 odds.
Yeah, 14-1. Yep.
Dude took home $1.2 million. Very first bet this guy's ever made.
That's fantastic.
Right?
Holy crap. And that's the type of story that people like me don't need to hear. Yo, the Masters, Tiger's taking it all. Yo, how amazing was that?
11 years since his last majors win.
Yeah. Talk about a come through. Honorary come through.
Yeah.
Yes. Fantastic. And yo, the crowd was lit.
Absolutely.
Something about Tiger Woods, yo.
Also crazy is it was his first time winning a majors when he wasn't leading coming into Sunday. Ever. Tiger's got it going on.
Yeah, he sure does. And I really just, everybody thought that he was down and, like he was done, myself included, man. Like, that's like a resurgence right there. It's definitely a resurgence. So shout out to Tiger, man. Excellent win.
He's like already leading the odds for all the main.
Of course he is.
Yeah. It's nuts.
So, okay, since we're talking about sports betting and whatnot, like my WTF moment, well, one of them, I have two. My WTF moment of the week is about a professional sports bettor. His name is James Holzhauer, and he was on Jeopardy.
Really?
Right? This dude broke the single day record in Jeopardy and won in one day over $111,000. Right? I don't even know how he did like $111,000 in one single game, yo.
Did anyone else answer any questions?
I don't think so. You know what I mean? Because I mean, even when you see like, I don't know, 30, 40, 50,000, you're like, damn, man, but 111, so that's a new record for a single day winnings in Jeopardy.
Did it say what the previous record was? Because I
previous record. God, man, I didn't see anything about the previous record, but that was pretty impressive, right?
That's wild.
Yeah, and dude was pretty young too, pretty young. But he worked his way through from easiest to hardest through each category. So I don't think anybody answered any questions, yo. I mean, like it was nuts. It was crazy. But I got one. You have another?
I have another.
Oh, okay. All right. What is it? Let's go.
I tagged you on the post earlier this week. I don't think it was on the show page. I think it's on my personal page.
Oh, okay.
But Yankees skipper Aaron Boone. I meant to send a picture of this too. They got swept by the Astros, and apparently Aaron Boone was just bored out of his mind, and maybe they ran out of sunflower seeds.
Oh yeah. Oh no.
Because he went.
No.
He went treasure hunting right up the nose.
Treasure hunting.
Found a snack and had it, and it was kind of.
Oh my God. That was pretty horrible.
Yeah, that's nasty.
I got another WTF. It kind of piggybacks off of yours with the Houston Astros. Yo, okay. So there is a woman out there, I didn't get her name, but that is suing the Houston Astros $1 million for getting hit by a T-shirt that came out of a cannon.
Yep.
And this woman is crying bloody murder and damages because she had multiple surgeries on her finger.
On her finger?
Yeah. On her finger.
So it hit her in the finger?
Yeah. And she's trying to sue the Astros for $1 million, yo.
That's just
wrong.
How many surgeries did you have? Jesus.
Right, that's why I was laughing when I read that. I was like, man, this is so ridiculous. Man, oh my God, $1 million for her finger. It's a hell of a finger. I don't know what she does with that finger. What? Oh man.
It's her magic finger.
I'm about to say, are we not going to go there? Let's not go there. Let's not do that. 30 seconds. All right, you guys. We got a good show lined up for you tonight. We have Paul McFarland, dude, the ring dragon dude. We about to get it in on the karate, the martial arts, the boxing, and we're also gonna talk about the Orioles a little bit. And yeah, so don't go anywhere. We're gonna show you who's the master when we come back. Just a bit outside. Yeah.
And we're back with more Cheryl Underwood Radio.
Thank you, super producer. Man, we having such a great conversation. Argument went all the way through the break between Kyle and Courtney talking about the Jada Pinkett Red Table Talk interview with Jordan Woods and the issue about the Tristan Thompson and Jordan and Jaden and Jaden Smith and the Smith family and how everybody get involved. But this is so good. But first, let me pre-promote something on tomorrow. We're going to talk about the Finding Neverland, Leaving Neverland, Leaving Neverland, and John Wayne. Is he coming off the airport? Yeah, man. No, and our document. Did anybody believe that documentaries were a documentation of the truth, or are they now just people's opinions and how they get out there?
They're in style.
Isn't that everything?
Yep. So we'll talk about that on tomorrow. Why there's a prevalence in documentaries because of, and also we're going to connect the R. Kelly situation to this, you know, and how people now documentaries are so popular. So we're gonna get on that. But right now, this situation with Jordan Woods. Okay, so Jordan Woods says at Red Table Talk that Tristan Thompson, Khloe Kardashian
baby daddy.
I thought it baby daddy.
Well, the good thing you said that, Cheryl, because Jordan let it slip that, well, if I known it was someone's ex, well, I mean, baby's father, I wouldn't have done that. So she let it slip that they were ex at the time.
So why is she getting the brunt of the blame? If they done, why getting the brunt of the blame? And plus, she says that so they had an after set, so they must have been partying, and then they had what we call old school after set, Vic Frost, over at Tristan house, right? So you the last person to leave. That means you with it. Okay, let me tell you how it always works out for me. So on the walkout is I holler at you later. Let me know you made it home. I'm like, which is the bust that slob to go. So you must be with it because if you let me kiss you, then you with it, right? She said she was like, oh, whatever, boy, and she kicked rocks. Nothing else happened. Which do you believe nothing else happened, Courtney Black?
No.
Or did he get it that night?
Come on, Courtney.
It could have gone either way, honestly. It just really could have gone either. I don't know. She had her legs draped over him.
There you go.
They was
okay, what you think, Jim?
Tristan's a closer.
Yes,
he's a closer.
He's a closer. That's right.
Closer.
How can I be down?
Okay.
So y'all supposed to be broken up, and then word on the street was, hey, if we get caught, this is what we say and stick to it. Okay. Right? Yeah. But I want to know, why does everybody care? Kyle Urban, you had a point to this, and maybe we need to bring this into the sports bar where men come to talk and women come to eavesdrop.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Welcome back to Spit Outside Radio Show, BeExposedRadio.com. You're checking us out on Facebook, on YouTube, TuneIn app, Radio Loyalty app, and wherever podcasts are, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts. Check us out throughout the week. It wasn't full spicy.
I ain't saying that.
As you can see, we've been joined in the studio. Our guest is Paul McFarland of Ring Dragon. Is it Dragon or Dragons?
Ring Dragon.
Ring Dragons. So tell us a little about yourself and what Ring Dragon is.
Let's see. Well, I was born in '75, so all of the kung fu flicks came on Saturdays and Sundays. Bruce Lee was the man, and then getting a little bit older than Sugar Ray Leonard, who's from Maryland. Sweet. Between those two and Spider-Man, that was like where my brain was. That's just all I wanted to do was if punching and kicking or something like that. I wasn't totally into it. So that started it off. I wanted to be like Bruce, and I literally took gymnastics for like 7 years to be like Spider-Man. I didn't want to look. I'm not a voyeur. I want to get involved. So I'm like, I want to flip like him. I want to kick like him, and that's what I did. So actually, Jair Lynch was in the Olympics and represented Maryland twice, and he was in the age group ahead of me.
Hey, excuse me. Hold on, really fast. I mean, like, so you were really in on this Spider-Man
thing. I wanted to do. I mean, I'm the kid falling out of trees.
Okay, give me your best web then. Let me see your best web.
Oh, I mean, all of that. All of that action. I took the kids.
But you didn't do the sound effect. You gotta do the.
You gotta hold something more.
So I mean, my web has sound effects.
I'm the visual. I got the visual component. We combine like Voltron. We'll get it together.
Hey,
I was a Spider-Man junkie too. Like I had the pajamas until they were too big, and I cut them off in the shorts. I mean,
I cut them off in the shorts.
I wanted to be Bruce, and I wanted to be Spider-Man. Those were. It wasn't enough to look at it on TV.
Bruce or Bruce Leroy?
Well, that came later. Bruce was like, that's a hero. So I wanted to do that.
Most things start with Bruce.
Yeah. I mean, almost every martial artist I know, that's how they got into the mix. And then Saturday matinee Kung Fu Theater used to come on.
Yeah.
And I'm from Montgomery County, so. I think it was Channel 54 was the Baltimore station. You had to put it on the little dial and get it all get a clear picture. So
you might have had some pliers to work that joint, like.
Right. So all of those. I mean, I was 5 Deadly Venoms, all that stuff. I wanted to be that. I wanted to be it. So I had to get in the mix. My buddy's mom actually got him involved at the local YMCA in Silver Spring. And they were already doing it a couple of years, and I was like, you know what, this is for me. I saw them sparring in class, and I'm like, I have to
do this.
I got to get my mitts on somebody.
That's what's up.
Yeah, so I love it. I mean, that's how it began. And so my teacher taught us Tang Sudo, non-traditional, and been with him ever since. That's one of my good friends still. He recently retired, but we're still in contact, still talk, and that's been like 35 years.
Okay, so you mentioned Tang Sudo, Tang. I think everyone knows like Taekwondo, Karate, Judo. Right. I've never heard of Tang Sudo.
Tang Sudo is like the less popular cousin. It's a Korean martial art like Taekwondo.
Okay.
But I don't know exactly how Taekwondo. They obviously know the right people over there at the Olympics because they've been an Olympic sport for X amount of years, and so they get their, they're popular. From what I understand, Tang Sudo has some Chinese Kung Fu influence also. But what I've learned, and then kind of what I do now, the Tang Sudo Federation wouldn't recognize that as Tang Sudo. I'm like, I live in Baltimore in 2019. Like some of that stuff y'all are doing is not going. You're gonna catch a bad one with these big blocks. It's not a movie. It's real life. So I think some things had to be simplified and updated and modernized.
So you modified it and put your own spin on it, basically.
My teacher did that, and then I went further because I boxed also, and then I did some Muay Thai also. So just kind of smushed all that together in a stew. And I was a wild teenager, so you got to kind of find out what may or may not work. I mean, you get into situations and stuff happens, and so again, I was the kid that wanted to go do it. I didn't want to just see it, or I want to know what's really happening. So
superhero lifestyle might not make it.
Hey, but it's you got to have if there's no failure there, then what's the victory worth? You know what I mean? There has to be a chance that you lose. That's what makes it something. That's why boxing is so thrilling to me. That's why all of this stuff, competition is thrilling. There has to be something to lose. So I love it. I absolutely love it. I still want to do it. I'm getting old, but as far as my body can still do it, I'm going to.
Hey, it's state of mind, baby.
Yeah. All these gray hairs. My kids are. I keep joking like I'm like second term Obama now. Like they're just aging me. They're just siphoning my soul. But
it's just siphoning his soul.
We're just extracting all of it. But I love them to death. But they're taking it.
How old are the kids, and what are the ages?
I have how many? My son Yugen is 4, and my son Sheer is 5. He'll be 6 in July. And actually, he started martial arts last year. and they're always punching me and kicking me. And the worst part is they're like crotch high, so you really got to watch it because you might just come get blasted and a shot at any given moment. You know, they both of them, but they love it too. I think we're really similar creatures. We watch horror movies, kung fu flicks, Star Wars. I'm a Star Wars nut, so any and all of that. I think that stuff, that enthusiasm, I've always brought to martial arts because it's something bigger than life to me. It's more than just the average kind of humdrum existence. Like it gives you an escape. You know, the freest I ever feel is fighting. That's the freest I ever feel. You're not judged. You're not thinking about your back taxes. You don't care about what your ex is talking about. I mean, when someone's actively trying to punch you in the face, you're not thinking about where you parked your car. You know, none of that. Just, right now, don't get punched in the face. So it's a freeing, living, breathing situation. I love it. I love it.
So we're big fans of Star Wars over here. You know, I always hashtag dark side because I just have a fascination with the dark side.
Where's my wallet? Let me.
Oh no.
I mean,
I
have problems.
I got a little geek cred on the wallet. It's not Star Wars.
I mean, I could have worn. I mean, I've it's well worn. Okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Got the comic book version.
I still have like 1,000 comic books at the house. Like,
really?
A bunch of them got messed up from our neighbor's place flooding, but that's a whole nother. I'm not gonna. I had to woosah on that. It is what it is, but I still have a bunch of them. I'm a huge. My kids and I, all the Marvel stuff, all the DC stuff, like that's our bonding element. You know, anything that's positive escapism, that's where we go. So, I think personally, like martial arts, kind of lets you be that in real life. You kind of get to do it for real. A good buddy of mine, Gary Peoples, is a stuntman, and he's been in. He's a stuntman on. Black Panther for sure. I know he's in the new Avengers. It's still going to be a star one day, but I mean, this is like a tremendous. I know a lot of martial artists haven't done this so many years, and he's in all of that stuff too. So some of the coolest nerds are also some really cool martial artists too. It's a good thing. You can be open and free with it now. You know,
sure.
Yeah. When I was young, I had my nerd friends and my go to the mall friends. Now I can be free and embrace it. I'm all of that. I'm all of those things.
How many times did you see the new trailer?
At least 5 now, because first of all, I had to show everybody else in the house. Like I saw it, I got my little notifications like, 18 minutes ago, boom, boom, boom. So I have to show the 14-year-old, I have to show the little ones, I have to show their mother, you know.
Right.
So through all of that, I've seen it at least 5 times now. But I'm going to wait because that was the teaser trailer. So I'm going to wait and get extra excited.
I got one more quick Star Wars question. It's the geek in me. What character do you most identify with?
Oh, listen.
Yes.
Luke is my guy, the same way Peter Parker is my guy. Like I grew up, honestly, my first heroes in life. I think my very first hero in life was Harriet Tubman. I had there was a little comic book at the kindergarten, and I was reading that, and like that blew my mind. I mean, kindergarten, you know. So but Peter Parker, Luke Skywalker, Harriet Tubman, John Henry, who's not a real character, but those are like the people that kind of formed my brain.
Wow.
There is nothing cooler than Luke going into the Jabba spot, decked out in all black, and now he's like the guy. There's nothing cooler than that to me. I know that Empire's a better film, but Jedi is my favorite because Luke was just a badass at that point, and that's just nothing badass than that to me. That was, I love it. I love it. So Luke is my guy.
Hey, Major Kescia proved.
Yeah, hey. I'm even a prequelist. I even like the prequels. I get some crap for
I
that.
like all of the movies. I hate when people be like, "Oh, this wasn't bad," or this. I'm like, man, all of that shit is the shit.
The best quote I ever heard about Star Wars was, "The worst thing that happened to Star Wars fans is that we grew up." Like, you know, we start looking at this stuff like we have to break it all down and be Siskel and Ebert. Can you just go get some popcorn and enjoy yourself? Like, what's wrong with you? I walked into the first one in 1977. I mean, I was a little bit of nothing, so I scarcely remember, but I know where I was. I know I was there.
Right.
I like to just go back there. I just like to go there. It's to get away from your regular life. Dig it. I don't want to think about court or any type of life stuff that you got going on. You're free when you get to go there. Eat your popcorn, your overpriced soda, and go have some fun. So I'm excited for all of them. I can't wait. Sorry, I can go on and on.
No,
we can too. Like, I'm trying to get us back on track.
Right. For like 2 hours.
Really, I can, on the next episode.
Maybe we have to drop a podcast and do it like that.
Hey, man.
I would do that all day long. I can nerd up with the best of them.
Ideas. Let's swing back to Ring Dragon. I was pretty interested when I was reading the website that you guys don't practice forms, which like
So my former stepson, he was doing Taekwondo when he was little. Like forms are like the thing that they pound into you. So
yeah. Okay. One of the cool things about my teacher again was he was kind of a break the mold guy. He grew up doing some non-traditional and some traditional. But when I came up, there were no forms. We were doing fight-related drills. We weren't breaking boards. We weren't jumping in the air. I mean, this is basically taking components of fighting and isolating them, and then you fight. It's like you can't cook without cooking. You can't ride a bike without riding a bike. You know, you can't have sex without having sex. I mean, there's things you have to do to get your miles in, and that's part of it. So I always felt like, me personally, he later did add some forms, and there's only 5 of them. I begrudgingly and reluctantly learned them because I have to get my black belt, but I didn't. As soon as I'm done, you know, he's always says, you got the key to the city now, Paul, you can do what you want. No more forms for me. Like, I'd rather spend my time on things that are I feel directly related to fighting. And I think if I'm learning a choreographed dance, it looks great, that looks great, but I think it takes away from some of your improvisational adjustments, you know what I mean? Your moment to moment. When you see great athletes on the basketball court, for example, and Allen Iverson, there's a lot of improv. He's not going through set. I mean, you need to be able to live in the moment, I think, to be good, because life is in the moment. It's not by script.
I think the most recent athlete that we can equate to that type of theory concept, you know, watching the NBA playoffs yesterday, Giannis. Like, I mean, when he's coming through the middle, he will shift and move however he needs to get through, and the finish is always a power dunk. You know, that's the end result. I think he like broke a record on dunks yesterday. I mean, it was absolutely ridiculous.
You look at people like the way Magic Jordan used to pass, or the way Barry Sanders ran. I mean, that's not scripted stuff like that. Right. Is being in tune with exactly what's going on, and you know, reading the angles, and I just think that's the way you're going to be. It's closer to real life. That's what's going to happen in real life. If you're fighting in real life, you don't know what's going to go on. They're not going to cooperate with you and lean, be perfect. Look, do it like this, so I can. You know, that's not how it's going to work. So you need to really be hip to like just the moment and any given variable. You know, I used to spar some of my friends. My teachers used to think I was crazy, but I'd spar whoever. My friends who never trained at all, but some of these dudes can fight. That is, you know, I want to experience every single style possible. I mean, I still do that now. I spar a lot still. I'm old, but I still get it in. But yeah, I mean.
So you guys have incorporated boxing, and I read also Muay Thai.
Yeah. I actually went to Thailand maybe 7 years ago now to do some training. I did vastly overestimate or underestimate the partying that goes on there. So I tried to burn the candle at both ends. But
what part did you go to?
I went to Phuket. Phuket. And, this was actually during that. You know, remember they were having that civil unrest kind of thing, the red shirts and the yellow shirts. So I had folks trying to dissuade me from going, but I'm like, bro, I am poor. This is an occasion that's probably not going to reproduce himself. I am going. So went down there to Bangkok just for like the night. Got up, caught the flight to Phuket, and trained out there at the Simbi boxing gym, and it's super hard, but it's great. It's great. So Muay Thai is really practical. Boxing I love, and it's really practical. And I think sandwiched together with Taekwondo, they all kind of address some of the flaws and complement each other with the advantages. So I do everything striking except for the ground stuff. I don't do the ground, like the MMA stuff and the ground stuff. I don't. I'd say I'm going to get a lot of flack if I.
No, please, like, yo, keep it 100.
So
we love it here.
There are people that I think swear that that's real fighting, and perhaps in a one-on-one honorable scenario where it's two people agreeing that, okay, my homies are not going to jump in on this. It's going to be me and you, not on the concrete with broken glass and stuff on the floor, but we'll somehow find some soft area for us to. You know what I mean? If you had to create the perfect environment, then yeah, that makes good sense. But this is Maryland, bro. And I used to hang out in D.C. I was born down there. We didn't come up this far. This was like 45 minutes from where I lived. It was like 15 minutes to get to D.C. But regardless, you'll get stomped out trying to get an arm bar on Greenmount Avenue, trying to pull someone back. They will stomp your head in, man. I mean, I don't think that's a good idea. You don't want to be down there. Seriously, I mean, it's a lot.
That's real talk, though.
Hey, I mean, you get into a mount and all of these kinds of things, but if a dude has a small knife on him, you're stuck in that situation. I would rather be on my feet, and if I have to leave, since they're not paying me Floyd Mayweather money, if I have to leave, I need to leave. Call me whatever you want, but I joke with the kids all the time. I'm like, I'm 43 years old. I still want to remain this pretty for a couple more years. You know, remain pretty getting punched and kicked in the face. That's not a good strategy. So for me, the ground stuff is important one-on-one, but I think in real life it's better to be on your feet. I just think it makes better sense. You know, this is modern times, man. It's not a good idea. I've barely ever seen one-on-one fights. I've barely ever seen that happen. You know, if there's 5 of y'all and 10 of us, that's the way it works out. You know, yeah. I mean, my buddies used to go to go-go's all the time. I mean, people get jumped. That's what it is. The ground is not where you want to be, especially if it's a cooler. People probably got their boots on. You really catch a sad one down there.
So you're really about, you know, I'm hearing like a lot. I'm getting like a lot of self-defense.
I mean,
you know.
Again, I think some of the things that were etched in my brain, like Bruce was doing. I wasn't seeing Bruce in tournaments. Bruce is like at his uncle's, restaurant, and people are shaking him down, and he's got to like step back and give him the Chinese spare ribs, and all that action was going down. So, for me, it was always about wanting to make sure that this was applied in real life. I did some tournaments and stuff because it's fun, but
that ain't real life.
Well, I feel like if I'm at a party or a bar or wherever, I want to be good. I want to be okay.
Dig it.
And that was my focus.
Cool.
So yeah, I didn't want to do the forms too much.
All right, I find it interesting and fascinating your thoughts on MMA, so we're going to save that for the next segment because we're going to go to break right now.
All right.
But stick around because we got Paul for quite a while still, and we're going to crank up the geek talk during the break.
Just
get outside. Come on back.
Paul, who's the master?
There you go.
And we're back with more Cheryl Underwood Radio.
Thank you, super producer. Hey, we're in entertainment, but hey, we got some new affiliates, and we're trying to debate: do we want to wait until Harry comes back to announce the new affiliate? Should we do him in the show?
How long is he gonna be gone?
I don't know. Vic is reaching out to him. Yeah, that's the only thing different about here.
He's doing real business.
He's doing real county commissioner business.
He's doing real.
I mean, but he doing secret agent man. Jordan Woods on Red Table Talk.
Man.
Okay, so first, do y'all watch Red Table?
Only when it's important.
Right.
Only after I heard something happen.
Yeah.
That's right.
Somebody said something on Red Table Talk. Oh, let me watch Red Table Talk.
Well, what guy would say it's a Facebook show, right?
Which is pretty cool.
Yeah, and they got about 3 million viewers.
Yeah.
You can actually tabulate their viewers for sponsorship purposes, I guess. Jada Pinkett leads this show. She gets very good talent and people to open up to her. It's my understanding that Jordan is a friend of the family's because her father worked
on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
There you go.
Script engineer, something.
It was a script editor, story editor, something like that. So they've been knowing her since she was a baby. So in this situation, what happened, Courtney? That the Jordan Woods? Why is the name connected to the Kardashians?
So Jordan Woods is the girl allegedly that Tristan just had this hook up with at the party at the house.
Who accused her? Because we're gonna break this all the way down to the beginning.
Well, we don't know who actually cracked the case and said she was at this party and they were kissing and everything. You know, she is Kylie's best friend, but we don't know who was the original person that the story came out.
Told
leaked the story.
And then allegedly there was some questions because at first I guess Chloe didn't believe it. Correct. So then people was like, "Well, it was
my kind of woman right there." That's my kind of woman.
Not my man.
In denial. The man got tape. He got prior side piece.
Yeah.
But when he does it again, you're like, not true. I love that.
And really, that's more about the woman saying, "No, this is not happening to me again."
Yep, in denial.
That's right. Then understanding the true facts. So then it comes out that something did happen. Then everybody swarms on Jordan.
I'm going to read it in exactly what she said. She said, if you're going to try and save yourself by going public instead of calling me privately, which I got to say she has a point there.
Jordan said she did. But
there you go. Thank you, Courtney.
Apologize first. At least be honest about the story. By the way, here goes the weakness. You are, capitalized A-R-E, the reason my family broke up. No, she is not.
Tell it, Kyle Irby, on the other side of the break. We go break it down even further. You listen to Cheryl Underwood Radio. I love you both. Courtney Black and Kyle Irby are two different sides of an argument. Go get them, baby. We'll be right back.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Welcome back. Just a bit outside radio show, BeExposedRadio.com. Thank you for joining us each and every Monday. Facebook Live, YouTube Live.
Live.
Let's see. The Hurricanes have a quick lead on the Caps. It's 1-0. Let's see here. Phillies and Mets are tied up 0-0. And the Cardinals are up 2-0 on the Brewers.
All right, cool.
So we're sitting here with Paul from Ring Dragon. You had mentioned MMA, and I got to say I kind of like your point of view.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, I'm gonna get some flack.
Oh no.
I love it. No,
yeah.
Like
he's about to go in.
Personally, like, do you watch MMA? Like, would you consider yourself a fan?
Some. I like boxing a lot more. I just think it's harder. It's the room for error or the means for you to change. Okay, for example, if your hands are just faster than mine and we're boxing, I just have to deal with that. Yeah. That's just, I have to come up with some, it's like chess. I can't just grab you and be like, you know what, stop doing what you do well, let's take it somewhere else. So like for me, I've done some boxing, it's just hard. It's just really, really hard. So I do watch some. I'll watch the big bouts, or if there's particular fighters that I like a lot, like Kung Lee I liked a lot. I liked Rampage. I liked Tito Ortiz. I really liked what Holly Holm was doing, you know, especially knocking out Ronda Rousey. I just didn't dig the way she carried things. Rashad Evans was tight. I'm really sick of John Jones at this point. Like, I can't understand this guy. Like,
he's an idiot.
And there's no redemptive anything in his voice when he talks. Like, there's no.
He's an idiot.
That bothers me. But I've watched him because he's a talented guy.
Yes,
so
he is.
I'll watch him, but he's kind of a bit of a douchebag. But I'll watch. So yeah, I watch some. It probably is a distant second to watching boxing. Like, I watch all the boxing. I don't miss barely any of it.
So my own personal opinion is, like, 15 years ago, it was a lot more varied from person to person, their craft, the martial arts that they practiced. I firmly believe that if you had a submission specialist going against anyone, 9 times out of 10, the submission specialist would win.
Yeah.
But with the rise of BJJ, I think all the training has kind of become pasteurized. Like, they all train the same way now.
Well, it's one of the cool things. I remember '93 was my senior year, and that's when the first UFC event. It didn't resemble what exists now.
Not at all.
It was kind of a freak showish kind of thing. I think there was only 2 states it was legal. Vegas was one of them. I think that's where they put it on. No weight classes, no time limits, all different styles. So it was interesting in the sense that, like, you would see all these different approaches, but I think it's truly becoming more mixed martial arts. People have to train in several different areas. I mean, I still have some. Okay. A large part of the talent pool, I think, is taken from people who did high school and collegiate wrestling. There is no outlet for professional careers for them as far as wrestling is concerned. So a lot of those guys will go into Muay Thai after that to get a striking set. And now, you know, a few years later, let's go to the octagon and see what we can do. And BJJ obviously is like the third. Those are the 3 main things that make it up. I would like to see more, I guess what people would call traditional martial artists, because there are some in there that everything is about, like, it's like writing an informative paper, you know, the who, what, where, why, and how. When you throw techniques or decide what to do, that's what it is. It's you could throw the wrong thing at the wrong time for the wrong reason, and then it's wrong. But it's not that it was wrong. You just, if you got a tool belt, I'm not going to use a screwdriver when I need a hammer. You're using what's applicable. Otherwise, you're fucking up. You know, you're not allowed to do it. You're messing up. Yeah. So, yeah. MMA is good. MMA is good. It is good. It's entertaining. I have a problem with some of the striking. A lot of these guys are telegraphing. You know, I mean, cocking up elbows, pulling elbows back, big wide shots. I would dare say, I'm not making any accusations, so Lord knows I'm too poor to be sued or anything, but I feel like there's probably a lot of steroid use. A lot of those guys seem to lift a lot.
I'll say that for you.
Hey,
yes.
So it just seems like a lot of those guys are really jacked up, so the way they're throwing punches is really the way kind of people that lift a little too much weights throw punches, you know, so it's not, the fluidity isn't there. It's okay. It's all right. I just think they've done some really clever things in terms of the marketing, and then their niche audience. It's a slightly different demographic. So you know, hey, I mean, I'm not hating on it. I'm not hating on it. I'll watch.
No, I mean, your opinion.
Yeah, but boxing is just. First of all, boxing is not going anywhere. You make too much money.
Yeah.
It's too entrenched in history. And listen, even my mom, who was nervous to even watch a fight, if we were to pull up at a stoplight and there's a fight, she's gonna watch like everyone else because it's a spectacle. This is what we all want to see.
It's the American way, right? We love violence.
It's what it is.
Yeah.
You know? And I think when you're throwing punches and both people are standing toe to toe, it's just more exciting. It's just more exciting. There's constant activity, there's constant things happening. So I had to bring that into what we do. For not just the entertainment reason, but you want to string punches together. And I felt like watching guys like Sugar Ray. A lot of people don't like Floyd Mayweather, but that guy's a genius.
Yes, he was.
Inside the ring, at least. So
shots fired.
Hold that thought, because we got to go to break again.
Okay, but
we're going to pick it up
forever, man.
Absolutely. Just a Bit Outside Radio Show. Bring us back. Come on back. Spicy.
Back with more Cheryl Underwood Radio.
Thank you, super producer. Hey, we're in entertainment where Kyle and Courtney have put together a really good entertainment report. The phone lines are open to you, 1-855-SHERYL1, and you could email us at SherylUnderwoodRadio.com. And we got the World According Show, the podcast of Cheryl Underwood Radio. And Harry Sutherland, a lot of people have been wondering, where's Harry? Where's Harry? He's at a county commissioner meeting. Oh, yeah. And Vic Frost, you're checking with him to see how long the meeting is going to go on. And we have a special Rest with the Lord. You know the brother that played Rollo?
Rollo.
But I don't know if I want to do it without Harry.
We can't wait for Harry.
Well, we can't wait for Harry. Harry is Rollo.
I understand.
Come on, man.
Harry's doing his job. We got to do ours.
But Harry is Rollo. Come on, bro. Can we not do this?
But Harry ain't gutter like Rollo.
Oh, yes, he is.
Harry is gutter. You find out later that Harry's gutter.
He's smooth.
Yeah, he's smooth gutter.
Yeah, but so is Rollo.
No. Rollo is leather jacket. I let you know. Rollo's a little more in your face.
Actor Nathaniel Taylor.
Yeah, sharp dresser though.
Yes,
clean.
And had the coldest pimp walk before Samuel L. Jackson.
Oh man, he used to have them hats on.
Yes,
I loved him in What's Happening as well.
Yes. He was the brother-in-law.
I just remember he was tough.
Yeah,
I remember he was tough.
I liked that he was the foil between and on the Sanford son. That Fred Sanford always thought he was just corrupt.
Right.
Yeah, he was corrupt.
Which he was.
Yeah, he was just a street dude.
Yeah, he was.
What'd you think about him, Vic?
Well, I watch the show even now. It still comes on MeTV. So if you haven't seen it, check it out. But he's real smooth, and Lamont's best friend and all that.
Yes.
But he had when at the end of the day, he had a heart of gold because he really loved Fred Sanford and he really loved Lamont. They were really really close.
Vic, can we get some Quincy Jones?
Come on,
yeah, the theme.
Can we get that theme?
Yeah, the theme.
That thing go hard in the paint.
That's Quincy Jones. Did you know that Stan Latham?
What is Stan Latham?
Stan Latham, Sanaa Latham father, but Stan Latham, EP of Def Comedy Jam, one of the producers of Def Comedy Jam. Also of was it Cedric's show?
Which one?
I know he was EP on different comic show. There we go.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Welcome back to Just a Bit Outside Radio Show, BeExposedRadio.com. We're sitting here with Paul, and I gotta ask, Five Nights at Freddy's, dude?
You know what? My kids.
Wait a minute, what? I just missed that whole thing. Oh, okay.
I buy
Pokemon, little dogs going on.
I found a way to weasel in some of my own desires while dealing with the kids. So like, you know, this new Lion King's coming out. Oh, I got to take the kids. No, that's for me. That's for me. I'm just glad they will also like it. But I bought the hats for the kids, and then they didn't really wear, you know, they're at an age where they don't really wear hats so much. So I was like, you know, Daddy will hold on to that until you're ready to.
I want one of those. I love pizza.
Oh, I just had some before I came home.
You know what Five Nights at Freddy's is?
No. I had to see pizza. That's all I see right there. What is it?
It's like a horror
Is it
game,
like
but it was big for kids last year, 2 years ago.
Yeah, like 2 years ago.
It's all about Fortnite now, though.
Yeah,
you know that.
My 15-year-old.
Oh Lord.
He's like an addict with the screens. The Fortnite is like
the
thing, and there's like we have one main TV that we all watch, so you clearly cannot sit in front of that and Fortnite up the whole night. We don't want to watch you do the, you know, can't, no sir. No, sir. Thankfully, he's gotten himself in trouble a little bit. I don't know if thankfully is the word, but we get to also watch the TV, so that's nice.
Hey,
that's nice.
So you mentioned that you're a boxing fan.
Love it.
There's a big fight on Friday.
Yeah.
I know I'm going to mess up this name.
Can't wait.
Vasily Lomachenko.
Vasil Lomachenko. And you know what? He's got. Okay, the guy is a phenomenal guy. He's a really, really technically sound. Has great understanding of himself and his body and all of those things. But I have to kind of criticize the matchmaking. He's fought some guys. Okay, the fanatics, the folks that of his fan base would tell you, oh well, you know, in his second fight he's fighting, you know, these guys and that guys. He's fighting like Gary Russell Jr., who's another phenomenal boxer. He's from DC. He beat Gary Russell Jr. I believe is like his third fight. But a lot of the European folks are staying in their amateur programs for way longer, a lot longer than American fighters. So our fighters come up gradually, as opposed to you're not fighting for your world title in your third fight. That's just unheard of and ridiculous. You know, a guy like Floyd, I think it was his 19th fight before he won his first title. So there's just a difference there. But he is very, very talented. I think Comey was super overmatched. Like that just wasn't. That guy didn't really have a snowball's chance in hell, as my mother would have said. Like that, just no, he was not going to win that. He needs to fight Gervonta Tank Davis, who's from here.
Yeah.
Fight him. Mikey Garcia, who just lost to Errol Spence and was overmatched, went too high up in weight. He needs to fight him. Teofimo Lopez, that's another guy. I mean, there are guys that Lomachenko could and should be fighting to prove he is what we suspect he might be. But, you know, there's a hype train, and sometimes there's certain folks that are just really excited to see a particular type of fighter succeed. So, you take a fighter like Andre Ward, and I don't know why he wasn't as heralded as a guy like Lomachenko, for example. But it is what it is. I could speculate, and some of these things start to delve into social issues and all of that kind of stuff. But Lomachenko is good. I don't think that the numbers in terms of ticket sales and stuff reflect how good he actually is. I don't think there's a huge interest. He doesn't speak English. That's part of it in terms of reaching the fans. But I tune in. I watch all that stuff. I actually just watched Clarissa Shields fight Christina Hammer also. And those are two. I mean, now Shields is a two-time gold medalist. And she's now the undisputed champion of the world. She got all the belts. So that's a major accomplishment for women fighters. And I watch it all. I watch all.
Don't discriminate, huh? I hear that.
I loved Lucia Riker is one of my favorite fighters of all time. She was amazing. And unfortunately, her career didn't go around the time. You know, do you guys remember Christy Martin? She used to fight a lot of Mike Tyson undercards. There was a lot of talk of Christy Martin fighting Lucia Riker, and for whatever reason, that didn't
culminate.
Happen. And I think she did end up fighting Layla Ali, who was way bigger than her.
I think I do remember that.
Yeah, so like I watch all of it. I watch it all. Like I have no. If you're nice, I'm going to watch you fight. In fact, sometimes if you're not so nice, I'll still watch you fight. Yeah, so I love that. I don't miss any of that stuff.
So you said you watch a lot of boxing. You just named off a whole lot of names.
Yeah.
For me personally, like I'm a fan that'll watch like the big fights. You know, kind of pay attention. I don't consume it all.
Yeah.
But it seems like boxing goes in waves, where, you know, if there's a polarizing figure such as a Tyson, a Holyfield, a Foreman, it gets a lot of eyes. Do you see any younger fighters that could become that big fight marquee name?
Well, we're at the 11th hour of the Mayweather show, and that was that got, you know, for good or for bad. And there's certainly something to be said for Floyd having to kind of take the road he took in order to make money. I used to watch Floyd at Boardwalk Hall for like $100, but this is when he was Pretty Boy Floyd, and he wasn't the character.
Money Mayweather,
right? So my broke ass could drive up the street and watch him, and you know, once the persona came on, you know, Floyd kind of skyrocketed, and it's a shame that happens. Right now, I'm trying to think, talent-wise, there are really great fighters. Errol Spence Jr. is my favorite active guy right now. Terrence Crawford is another phenomenal talent. But I don't know if I'm trying to wonder if just in terms of charisma and personality, are they going to push the envelope and market themselves in a way that makes them that kind of crossover star? I do know that Errol Spence has a great vehicle behind him with Al Heyman and PBC, and apparently Jerry Jones. Listen, I stopped watching football 2 years ago. This will be my third. But I will never not. I will always hate the Cowboys, like forever in life. All right. I mean, that's, you know, I'm born a Redskin guy. There's no way. So, but hey, I'm just saying. Look, I'm old, so in my life it was Orioles and Redskins. I'm born in '75. There was no Ravens. There was no, you know, the Senators had left in '66. So this is what it was, and I'm too damn old to change that now. So it's Redskins and O's. So yeah, but apparently Jerry Jones has got a good cushy relationship with Errol Spence. And they're trying to. They did their last fight at the Cowboy Stadium. They're trying to get more. They were trying to lure Pacquiao back there for that. So
makes sense now. Okay.
He may be. He's got a good chance of being. And then there's Canelo Alvarez, but he's not. You know, he's a Mexican fighter, but he's probably the second most popular, arguably first most popular fighter in the world. Anthony Joshua, the heavyweight from England, is also really, really popular. So those are some guys that could make the noise. They could transcend. We'll have to see. There's great talent though, but being a marketable guy and a great fighter, those, you know, you got to have both of those.
That personality.
That's because I mean, you know, they're
it's gonna be a hard one to find. It's gonna be hard to find another one like Floyd, man. I mean, he just.
Well, you know, I try to tell my stepson stuff like this, like it's like comparing relationships. And you break up with somebody, you're like, oh my God, I can't believe you know. But when you had Joe Louis, no one could imagine Ali because he hadn't come yet, you know. And then when you had Ali, no one could imagine Sugar Ray Leonard because he hadn't come yet. You know? So there's someone in a gym somewhere right now that's going to come and wow us, because that always happens. And there's too damn much money. They're paying these guys astronomical amounts of money now. DAZN, I think, signed. I think Canelo got like $365 million for his deal. So like, that's crazy. That's so much money. Why wouldn't you want to go get punched in the face? You know, like, punch me in the face. You can start mine while I'm asleep. Just come in my room and start punching me for that money. Like, look, hey. So it's coming. There's someone there for sure. There's great talent for sure. Yeah. So again, I don't miss much of that. I don't think I missed a major fight. Maybe 5 since the 90s. You know, just due to life circumstances or whatever. I try not to miss that for anything. I left my sister's graduation reception. Like, I saw you walk. You're done. Here's the hug. Gotta go. You know, it's like a 2-hour ride back. My buddy got married in Philly. Same thing. I'm gonna got speed. I'm gonna have a little bit of punch. I'm gonna grab one of these, you know, eclairs or whatever, and I gotta go. And then Fernando Vargas was fighting that night. I was like, I gotta get out of here. So yeah, I don't miss that stuff. I keep it on the pulse there.
So you're 43, I'm 43.
Okay, yeah.
So I know, like, day after that Buster Douglas, Mike Tyson fight, like, that was just the talk in school.
Mike was my guy. You know, the night that Mike lost, we went out to, okay, this is so crazy. I remember we went out, because it was a foregone conclusion. Mike's going to win, so it's all good. And I'm right at that age where, all right, I'm like, girls, Mike Tyson, let's go ahead and go. Champion was big, Champion gear, so everybody had our little Champion shirts on. I had Fahrenheit cologne had just come out. I spritzed on some you know? So I went out. I was like, let's go do it. And I'll catch up with Mike afterwards. And we got in the cab, and the guy on the radio was like, hey, if you haven't heard, Mike Tyson just lost. I'm like, okay, you know, that's a cruel joke. Don't play around. But he really had lost, and that was a crusher. That was a killer. But Mike is my favorite fighter of all time. And it's funny because I usually don't. I'm not going to say Mike's an out-and-out brawler, but I usually like the more scientific guys. Like James Toney's my second favorite. But Mike was like a comic book hero. He was a crusher. I mean, he's just absolutely mowing guys down. So Ray Leonard started it, but once Mike came out in like '88, I was hooked to boxing forever. Like after seeing that, that's just.
Well, hold that thought, 'cause we're gonna get to that. We're gonna round out the interview with more of that. Let's give him a chance to put his social media out there. Go ahead and pump that Ring Dragon one last time for the people in the back.
Yeah, everything at Ring Dragon. So IG at Ring Dragon, Facebook Ring Dragon, everything Ring Dragon. Except on Twitter, it would be at Tang Pseudonym. I thought I was pretty clever with that pseudonym and Tang Pseudo. I thought I was clever. So at Tang Pseudonym. But yeah, Ring Dragon, you'll find me. Come train. Let's work it out. Let's do it.
Ring Dragon, all one word, no underscore.
Yep. No nothing. Just Ring Dragon. Yep. Try to make it easy.
Phase 5.
What did you want to do this week?
Okay, so you guys, you know what it is. As we end our interviews, we do the Just a Bit Outside Fave 5. Give our guests a topic. They give us the Fave 5. And, we did so much boxing, and he is just like this boxing expert, boxing Hokage. Why don't you give us your Fave 5 boxers all time? Yeah. I know Mike. You just said Mike Tyson is one.
Mike's my guy. I think James Toney's probably my second.
Okay.
Second. It's so hard. There's so many. Jack Johnson is just a hero in my life. Period. So I'm gonna give him number 3. Let's go with Floyd, and then I'm gonna say there's so many. This is hard. I'm gonna say Terry Norris, man. A lot of people don't remember Terry Norris, but Terry Norris was just amazing, man. He actually kind of put the end of Ray Leonard's. That was it.
A little bit more about him. Where was he from?
Where was Terry Norris? I want to say Pennsylvania, because he had his brother Orland Norris also fought as a heavyweight, and he fought Mike Tyson actually. But Terry was just an amazing, just to hand speed and just the combinations. I mean, just if you want to, and he was vulnerable. His chin wasn't great, so it made for really exciting fights. YouTube that guy if you get a chance. Terrible Terry Norris, and I mean, a lot of people don't realize how much these guys put their lives on the line. Like Terry, definitely, you can hear it in his voice. He's got some of the pugilistic dementia. You can hear it. I mean, these guys put their life out there. So anytime you go to a fight party, that kind of thing, people calling people bums, man. Like I can't stand it, because these guys are literally, they work hard. They can die out there. I don't think any sport has had more fatalities than boxing, and this is a worldwide thing. So.
Last of the gladiators, right?
Yeah, it's real. It is real out there. So I got the utmost respect for those guys. I love to go watch and just, if I was a little bit younger, I'd have done it a little bit early. I would have liked to have seen just what we can do here. But you never know. I might get a bucket list one. Just find me some tomato can from West Virginia and just get one last one in there, just to say I did it. You know what I mean? But yeah. I think that would be my top 5. I think so. I mean, there's a zillion more, but I think that's.
I think that's a respectable top 5.
Yeah.
And he didn't hem and haw
Right, he was ready for that.
I mean, there's so many but see, this is what's easy about favorite lists as opposed to who's the best ever. That would take a little bit more pontification. I can like what I want, I can like whoever I want. Can't argue with that one, So those are the guys I prefer,
Thank you so much, Paul, for coming through.
Appreciate you guys having me. We got to thank Bashi too, my man Bashi.
Hey, Bashi, thank you.
Thank you very much. He knows I talk his head off. I get him to come over for the fight sometimes. I talk his whole brain off, so he knows. He knows I'm a junkie for this stuff.
Check out Paul and Ring Dragon. They on the IG, on the Facebook. They everywhere, So if you wanna, get your self-defense going, he's your man.
We work hard.
All right, you guys, don't go anywhere. When we come back, we're going to talk some baseball, baby. Orioles in Boston. We got the, Booty Huffs and the Who Came Through. So, prepare to have some more laughs. Don't go anywhere. Just a bit outside.
And we're back with more Cheryl Underwood Radio.
Thank you, super producer. Hey, the HBCU shout out is sponsored by Metamucil, because I am a paid endorser for Metamucil, and so is Jamesy Brown.
That's right.
I forgot to say the word of the day was still sponsored by Hot of the Mofo Peanuts. Jamesy Brown is company, and that sponsors our word of the day. But Metamucil sponsors our HBCU. Shout out. The voting is over. The voting is over.
Okay.
So now we're just waiting for them to tabulate the votes, and we're checking with Metamucil to get an official date of when that announcement of the winner of $10,000 will be announced on the Steve Harvey Morning Show with myself and Jamesy Brown. So once we know, we will let you know. But then we have on tomorrow we will be announcing a new sponsor.
A new sponsor
for the HBCU shout out. Thank you, Kyle Irving.
Hey.
It's gonna be so cool. But right now, let's shout out some HBCUs, gang. Who we shouting out today?
I got American Baptist College, Cheryl, in Nashville, Tennessee.
That's what I'm talking about, Courtney Black, in Nashville, Tennessee. Matter of fact, I'll be at Zany's in Nashville. I'll be there in August. So we shouting out. All right, who else we shouting out?
Going to Duval.
All right now. All right
Edward
now.
Water College.
All right, that's what I'm talking about. All right, who you shouting out, Jim Kelly?
Cheryl, Kentucky State University in Frankfort, Kentucky.
That's what I'm talking about. They're the thoroughbreds. It's them the thoroughbreds.
I don't know.
Should be.
And then which star? I always ask this question.
It's always Atlantic or Midnight.
That's right. That's right. That's right. That's what I'm talking about. From their musical department, a band was formed. That's why we got a music initiative under Pac Rat Foundation for Education. Courtney Black, thank you for raising money for Pac Rat.
Yeah,
that's right. We waiting for everybody else to get on board. All right, Vic Frost, who you shouting out?
I want to shout out J.F. Drake State Technical College in Huntsville, Alabama.
That's what I'm talking about. I thought you was about to shout out J. Anthony.
I know, that's what I thought.
That's what I thought you was about to shout out. Let's see, who are we going in the right direction? Are we going in the right direction? Do we have everybody? Oh, well, let me shout out Philander Smith College in Little Rock, Arkansas. The Rock, baby.
The Rock.
All right, and if Harry Southern was here, I know he would want to shout out Mary Holmes College in West Point, Mississippi.
Oh, yeah.
Also, in August, I'll be in Jackson, Mississippi. We're going to give you those names of those clubs. And also, to my Sorors of Zeta Phi Beta, I'll be fellowshipping with you on the Saturdays that I'm on the road. I'll be fellowshipping with my Sorors. So we're really glad to shout out American Baptist College, Edward Waters College, Kentucky State University, J.F. Drake State Technical College, Philander Smith College, and Mary Holmes College for our HBCU shout out. And remember that we support higher education here because we know it's the key to jobs and freedom. We thank Metamucil for supporting higher education, and we await the announcement of the winner of the $10,000 under the 2-week challenge. And you can still sign up for the 2-week challenge, but the voting for the HBCU is over. But we know why we support higher education, especially as African Americans, because black history is American history, but you don't have to be black to get a quality education at the HBCU. We'll be right back with more Cheryl Underwood Radio after this break.
We're back with more Cheryl Underwood Radio.
Thank you, super producer. So we were talking about Jared Kushner, and on tomorrow's show, we're going to really break down some more political a discussion like who's voting against who's going to rebuke what Republican is going to vote to rebuke President Trump, and some poll numbers suggest it's not going to be as easy going, and we got some other people that just jumped into the presidential race on the Democratic side, and is that still going to work for them?
I had a question.
Yes.
Has Trump said why that Kushner needs clearance? Like
why his son-in-law need clearance? You know, I look at it from the position of President Trump in his dealings. Well, okay, I'm gonna say it just like this. It just seemed like he wants to be this Goomba mob boss, like Gotti. The way he dressed, the way he walked, the way he talked, the way he act. So who would you trust more than anything?
Correct.
You trust your children,
family,
right? So
Inner
that's
circle, right?
Yeah, and that's why Cohen was such a good loyal soldier, because he did what he told him, even when he didn't explicitly tell him, because you believe you're being recorded at all times.
Right. It's like The Sopranos.
That's right. That's right. And I think that's what President Trump wants to be. But also, there's this good column that I sent you guys. It was from is it David Brown? It's a New York Times column, and he alludes to who hurt Trump in his life that he has no empathy.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Welcome back to Stupid Outside Radio Show, BeExposedRadio.com. I want to throw a huge thanks to Paul McFarland of Ring Dragon for coming in. That was a great interview.
Yeah.
Absolutely energetic dude, and you gotta love that.
You did good. You did so good. I really did enjoy that.
Oops. Did you hear me?
Can you hear me now?
Let's see.
Jesus.
Hurricanes Capitals 1-0 at the end of the first. Let's see. Bruins and Maple Leafs tied up 1-1. Not a whole lot going on yet. Oh, 76ers 14, Nets 8.
Okay, so it looks like the 76ers is trying to even that series up. They better. Because, boy, they don't want to go back to Brooklyn down 2-0, boy. I'm trying to tell you right now. All right, so let me see where we are right now.
I think it's what Jay's been waiting for.
Yes. It's time for some Major League Baseball talk. Jay, we're here, brother. We're here. Where you at, baby?
Now,
go ahead.
I think you may have seen it on Jay's page.
What's that?
Jay is a big St. Louis Cardinals fan.
What?
And his sons are in Little League.
Okay.
This year, one of his kids, you know how the
uniform, they had the replica uniforms?
Yeah.
Cubs. Cards?
Cubs.
Oh, poetic justice and karma at its fullest. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's great. Jay, I don't know how you became a St. Louis Cardinals fan. I don't know how that works. Isn't he from like Ohio?
Indianapolis. Well, that's where, yeah.
Okay.
He lives in Indy.
Oh, okay. It's so damn painful. All right. Well, as most of us O's fans and outsiders know, the Orioles were in Boston this weekend, and whenever we play the Yankees, whenever we play the Red Sox, it seems like the Orioles seem to show up. Prior to that, though, we had a series with the Oakland A's, right? And both teams were coming off of a sweep. I believe we put a poll question out there for that, didn't we?
Did we? Yeah, last Monday.
Yes, we did. We said we asked who would come out as the winner in that series, and the outsiders hit the polls, and everybody got into their emotions and got into their Orioles magic feelings, and the poll was pretty convincing. It was pretty lopsided, which I guess
it was a 4-game series.
Yeah,
and the Orioles came out for Game 1.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the results on this. The people chose the Orioles to win the series, and
the Orioles did not choose the Orioles to win the series.
People got it wrong. Second time for tonight, man. People got it wrong, son. Yeah, and it's so funny because I picked the A's to win. I think I was one. As soon as I put, I think who put that poll up?
I think I did.
You did. As soon as I was like, man, they didn't play a good series with the A's. I did expect a little. I didn't think they would win it, but I did expect a little bit more. But then, then we got this series with the Red Sox. Did we split the games?
Yeah, 2-2.
Yeah. And then we turn around and do like halfway decent against, last year's World Series champs. I mean, the reigning champs. Yeah. You know what I mean? And, I kind of wanted to take a few minutes to talk about the Red Sox. Well, okay, all right, well, we'll get back to the Red Sox in a quick second. All right? So, the Orioles, split the series. We had another poll question out there. We followed Chris Davis. Everybody knew that he had broke history. Had the hugest slump of all time of hitless at-bats. And I think, what did he get to, like?
0-54?
54, which was...
going back to September 14th of last season.
Pathetic. Okay? Pathetic. And so we put another poll question out there because there was a lot of talk about this. Made national news, of course. And then here come the offers. People try to spice them up, try to encourage them. Free crushes were on the line. I mean, other restaurants and bars got in on the deal. Everybody was, cheering Chris Davis on. And so we put another people's poll question out there regarding the streak. And it says, how long do you think it will take? We did an over-under. 4 games was the benchmark.
Now, you asked me what the over-under was, and I just threw 4 out there.
Yeah.
Just pulled it straight out my ass.
Yeah. And I thought that was it was a decent number.
Do you know how many games it was?
I thought it was like 3?
4.
4?
Exactly 4. He pinch hit in 2 of those games.
Damn, nobody. Well, there goes my little speech. Well, I mean, hey, so he does it in 4 games. Good for him, finally.
Went 3 for 5, got 4 RBIs.
Yeah, and it's a testament that all you gotta do is just get that one hit to get the juices and get the momentum going back. Things start to feel familiar again. And the Orioles are up in Boston this morning for their annual, I call it Boston Marathon game. And
Patriot Day.
Yeah,
They're always
Patriot
up there on Patriot Day for some reason.
And he went yard today.
Yeah.
He had a homer. So good thing. Congrats to Chris Davis, man, and the Orioles for not getting swept or getting their asses kicked for 2 series in a row. Well, maybe 3 series because the A's.
Yeah.
Yeah. They stopped the bleeding, I guess. All right, so you guys, when we come back, we're gonna talk more baseball. We're gonna talk about the Boston Red Sox. What's going on with them. We got some, we got the booty huff and we got the come through as well. So don't go anywhere. We got a few more laughs left up the sleeve, shorty. Just a bit outside. Mark, who's the master?
We're back with more Cheryl Underwood Radio.
Thank you, super producer. Hey, Harry Southern, our favorite country lawyer, better known as Judge Harry Southern, is at a county commissioner meeting. Is it in Washington, gang?
Yes.
It's in D.C.
He's in Washington, D.C. And he is a real, true elected politician.
That's right.
But we got so much good stuff that we're going to talk about. How do we talk about it without Harry?
It is very strange, especially the legal stuff.
Yes. So how are we going to
That's what I thought he was kind of maybe there for, is to rebuke Jared Kushner's
oh my God.
national clearance.
Okay, so what do you think about it?
It's odd to me why we'd want it, and then I believe, if I'm not right, his advisor said not to give it to him, correct?
Yes. And then the president, I guess, put his foot down or muscled him.
Yeah, out-muscled him and overruled him and told him what he wanted to do. But why are the people around him saying no? Did he take like a lie detector and not pass it?
It's my understanding that he had a lot of conflict. That also he had business dealings and he had conflict of interest, and he was inexperienced, so they could manipulate him. And see, if Harry was here, he would explain that really the whole thing, everybody said, well, Cohen and his testimony didn't link President Trump to collusion with the Russians.
Right.
But what it is all of those questionable dealings come together to open you up for collusion,
which is everywhere. Russia, Middle East, all kind, Europe, everywhere. Which would be Kushner, and that's how he's probably made most of his money.
And their inexperience allows them to be utilized from the benefit of a foreign government that is hostile to the United States.
Use them as a pawn, right?
That's right. Yeah. That's right. That's why when I know when I was just in the reserve, and they would take us through classes with the UCMJ, the Uniform Code of Military Justice, and they would talk about how they would use you, and there were things that weren't acceptable in society. Back then, it was homosexuality. It was any sex act that was illegal under UCMJ that you were caught doing.
Okay.
So let's say they looked in the window when I was getting my groove on, getting my little swerve on, doing some things. The one talent that I got. And if you catch me doing it, knowing that I could get thrown out the military from doing it, even as a heterosexual, then they would blackmail you
Leverage,
to do something.
right?
That's what it all is. Leverage. So in
Leverage.
talking about those things.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Welcome back, Just a Bit Outside Radio Show, BeExposedRadio.com. Thank you for joining us each and every Monday. Facebook Live, YouTube Live. Check us out throughout the week. Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts with Be Exposed Radio. Speaking of the Cardinals for Jay, they are struggling a little against the Brewers, 6-2.
Mets look like they're trying to win something.
What is that, 3-2? Yeah.
3-1. Was it 3-2?
Yeah, against the Phillies.
Mm-hmm.
Cubs up 3-2 on the Marlins.
And what's up with that Philly-Brooklyn game?
Let me get back to you.
I think it was 28-21.
2021, yep.
Yep. All right, cool. So it looks like the Sixers are still in the driver's seat on that game. Trying to keep the foot on the neck. Got to respect that. All right, sweet. Okay, so we're staying on the diamond in the realm of baseball. We just finished talking about the Orioles, and I wanted to take a few minutes to talk about the Red Sox. Defending World Series champions. The Red Sox right now are currently they're below the Orioles, I believe. Yeah, they're looking at the standings after the game today. Believe it or not, Baltimore Orioles are in second place in the AL East, followed by the Yankees, and then the Red Sox. Which is basically half a game ahead of the Toronto Blue Jays, and that's nothing to be proud of, to be completely honest with you. So you got me to thinking, like, what the hell is going on up in Boston?
It seems like Boston.
You never really hear about a world. I mean, do you really hear about a World Series slump?
Yeah.
You do hear about it? I don't know. I mean, I guess I really wasn't, with the caliber team that they had and with everybody that was, returning, I wasn't expecting that.
Boston always seems to start slow, though.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What are they?
I think one of the biggest things with the Red Sox right now is that their pitching isn't there. Right now their team earned run average 5.93.
Damn.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pitching seems to be an issue with the entire league right now.
Yeah. And the Orioles, went through a series with the A's where they struggled to hit. They struggled to get that offense going, and it seems like their bats came alive the second that they got off the plane in Boston. And believe it or not, which pitcher has struggled the most on their core?
Still?
Yep.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. So they would definitely need him to turn things around. Because when you earn as many runs as innings you've pitched, which is basically what he's doing right now, it's not a good thing.
No, not at all.
Yeah. So I think David Price has been pretty decent. He had a great game against the Orioles. He played on Sunday, and he held them scoreless while he was on the mound. But the rotation is just it's not where it was last year, and I feel like that's the major thing, the major factor in why they're not closer to the top, why their cream hasn't risen to the top per se.
Like I said, it seems like the Red Sox always slow start, and I think that's what we're going to see in July. They'll be like, if not at the top of the division, second. Them and the Yankees always seem to like give you hope that they're going to suck, and then just take your heart out and do the damn thing.
Well, we'll definitely keep an eye on the AL East. I mean, one thing I can say about our division is that it's wildly entertaining throughout. The changes, the lead changes, the who's hot and who's not changes. Chris Sale is sucking. That's what I said. Hey, we agree with you. I agree with you, Jay. But let's move on to our next segment, which we kind of, it kind of went into hibernation over the winter time. But as with all things, with spring brings, this rejuvenation, and we're bringing it back. So I wanted to bring it back. You know how much I love baseball. So we are bringing back the who came through and who was booty huff for the MLB regular season, man. And so for the 2019, the inaugural booty. Baseball is such a, okay, hold on one quick, before we get into that. Jay says baseball is such a long season though. There's so much time to make up for slow starts. Yeah, you're absolutely correct. I mean, like I said, our division goes through so many changes in one season. It's great. So, yeah, for the inaugural 2019 Booty Huff pick of the week, Mark, who you got?
I got a team that you, a couple weeks ago, got to personally see live.
Dude, that is mine as well. Yes.
You got the
Do you have that picture? Oh, no, you got that throw up? I don't know if you got it, but yeah, I chose them as well.
Here's a team, the Colorado Rockies, who the last couple seasons, they seem like they're on the verge of doing something great. And like Jay says, 10% of the season has been played. A whole lot more baseball going on. But so far, they've had losing streaks of 4, and they just snapped an 8-game losing streak. They are sucking so bad that you really got to wonder, like, that's going to do something mentally to the players, and can they rebound? It's not looking good over there in Colorado.
Yeah, and their run differential is -32. So
that might be worse than the Orioles.
Yeah. I think the only person that has one worse than that is the Miami Marlins at -34. Yeah, I mean the Orioles are -27. I mean they're not too far behind, but I mean that's abysmal, And when I was out there, what was that? That was like almost like a week and a half ago. Like I said, I didn't remember much from the game. Maybe it was opening day, but the one thing I do remember is those blue and gray blurbs just going around, going around the horn, baby. That was the one constant,
So for the rest of April, who they have coming up? They have the Padres, the Phillies, the Nats, the Brewers, and the Braves. It's going to be a long April for Colorado.
Yikes! Hey, get them boulders and get them brownies ready, baby. It's going to be a long season.
At least we have 420 coming up on Saturday.
Hey. And I know there's about to be a lot of festivals going on down there, y'all. Shout out to my homeboy Daniel. I know y'all about to get it in up there this weekend. It's going to be a good time in the city. Ooh. But yeah, man.
The Mile High.
Yeah. Hey, we'll take that offline. But yeah, just let's just take it back. Like you said, it is a long season. There's plenty of time for things to change and everything. But if memory serves me correctly, they were in the thick of the race. At the end of the season, wild card, getting into that postseason, you would think that they would carry that momentum and I get all the baseball games. So, I've made a note to actually watch a couple of the games to find out, this week I will, to find out exactly what's going on. Cause it's not like they don't lack for talent.
No, not at all.
They're an extremely talented team. They got one of the best players in the leagues. Don't they still have Arenado?
I believe so.
Yes. So I need to watch a couple of their games to give my semi-expert opinion on what the hell's going on in Colorado besides the weed. You know what I mean? All right. So I mean, we did the same thing on that. First one.
Inaugural for the season.
Yep, Kescia Mark fashion. We're always here on that. Okay, so for the come through. Okay, I'm pretty sure we won't be the same on this.
I don't think so.
Yeah, who do you have for the come through?
If we have the same thing, I'm gonna be like shocked.
I'm gonna fall out.
So, I'm gonna stick in the NL West.
Okay.
And actually, I mentioned the team just a little bit ago because it's the team that the Rockies are facing next, the San Diego Padres.
Okay.
Padres, winner of the Manny Machado sweepstakes, they weren't expected to do shit this year. They're not necessarily a rebuild, but they weren't expected to do anything at all. Third best record in the league. And let's see, they haven't really faced a whole lot of great teams so far. The Giants twice, the Diamondbacks twice, and the Cardinals. Sorry, Jay. But I mean, the Cardinals really were the best team that they've faced. What are they right now? Last year they finished 66-96.
Right.
And so far they are 11-6, leading the NL West this year.
Yeah, I mean, it's respectable. You know, when they acquired Manny Machado last year, the odds to win the World Series, skyrocketed. I think we even took a segment of the show to talk about, the future of the San Diego Padres. And what were those batting stats you gave again? Did you give a batting stat?
No, I didn't. Last year's record was 66-96.
Okay.
And they started, 11-6 so far this year.
Okay. I can almost guarantee you that the Padres, to me, have always struck me as the kind of team that had very little offense. Mm-hmm. Okay. As a matter of fact, I'll take a look at the run differential right now. San Diego Padres run differential right now is only -3. Okay, that's not bad. That's a little uncharacteristic for a division leader, but it's still a lot. I'd put $100 on it that it's a shit's lot better than what it was, last year.
For sure.
And Manny Machado, I'm not really sure how much impact he's making just as of yet. It's still, like you said, a fairly small sample. We're what, at the most, like 16 games for some teams.
Yeah, he's batting .246 with 4 home runs, so it's decent. It's okay.
Yeah. So so it looks like they made all the right moves. Made some pretty key additions, and if you're not hitting the ball, who else better to have on your team than Manny? You know what I mean, to get things going for you. Absolutely. So it looks like that's what's panning out over there in San Diego. I took it north. With mine, I crossed the border. Took it to Canada for my joint. Yes, I don't know if you've heard about this, but I got to give a huge shout out to Toronto Blue Jays pitcher Thomas Pannone. Thomas Pannone came through for the Blue Jays, and the Blue Jays, like I said, they suck right now. They are in the bottom. They are bottom feeders in the AL East, so they need anything to make them smile, anything to cheer about at this moment. Thomas Pannone took the mound on Sunday and did the damn thing. And he had a pretty decent outing, but I want to talk about one inning in particular. My man managed to pull off the immaculate inning. 9 pitches, 9 strikes.
Damn.
3 Ks.
Dirty.
Yes, like my thing right now with studying the game is pitching. So when I hear any of these type of stories, man, it just my eyes just literally, lit up. And of course, I had to look into that and see how often, this has happened, because gosh, I can't recall another immaculate inning in my lifetime. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure it probably happened when I was younger and not really paying attention. But he was the 89th pitcher in Major League Baseball history, and he joined the likes of Roger Clemens. You know what I mean? So it's a hellified feat, that a huge thing to accomplish. Gosh, that's 3 Ks right there. So I wonder how many Ks this guy actually ended up with. But to retire all your batters on your own in just 9 pitches, man, that's phenomenal.
That's something that you don't even think about happening.
Right. That's why I said when I read this, my eyes just lit up like, holy crap, that's great. Good stuff. Yeah, we were just talking about how the pitching hasn't been too great.
Who were they playing?
On top of that, a formidable opponent, Tampa Bay Rays.
Oh.
Yes, who are currently, leading the AL East.
Yeah.
So, he put in work in. He earned that joint. He earned it. It wasn't like he was playing the hitless Colorado Rockies. You know what I mean? So
you got to wonder if the Rays batters that faced them, if they even realized that they were part of history when it happened.
Probably not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just damn.
Right. All right, so we got a few minutes left. Really quickly, who is your pick? I mean, like we said, we're 16, 17 games under the belt into the season of the MLB. Who was your pick for hottest team so far?
I think the Mariners.
Yeah, same thing, same time, all day long.
They got that little bit of an extra push, that 3-game series over in Tokyo that they got to play.
Yeah.
So maybe they just had a little momentum swinging their way. But I mean, they're another team that wasn't expected to do very much this season, and so far has gotten off to a hot start.
Yeah. I mean, they're actually on a 3-game slide right now, but they're still 13-5. Yeah. So that just lets you know how they were killing it. They got into a little dust up. They had a matchup this weekend with the Astros over the weekend, and I actually watched the game between King Felix and Justin Verlander. Yeah, that was an entertaining game.
I bet.
But they dropped those 3 against the Astros, so they'll be getting back in the saddle this week, and they're holding strong. They're holding strong in the AL West. I mean, they do have Houston Astros on their heels. They're 1 game behind, but clearly the best team in the AL right now. Run differential plus 35. They're knocking that out the park and keeping their opponents to low-scoring games. So that's always a recipe for what? Victory, triumph, all that. For winning.
And baseball is definitely a sport of momentum, so you just hope they keep that momentum going.
Absolutely. Is there any teams that you were surprised at that's kind of hovering around the top of the leaderboard besides the San Diego Padres? I'm gonna take a look.
The Rays.
Yeah. I think that might be the biggest surprise in the Major League right now, because everybody's always on that Yankees-Red Sox bandwagon. But they're doing the damn thing as well. And they're actually not too far behind the Mariners. But you guys, don't go anywhere. It's about time to take that quick commercial break. When we come back, we're gonna wrap this thing up, baby. Just a bit outside.
Shit.
And we're back with more Cheryl Underwood Radio.
Thank you, super producer. And the phone lines are blowing up 1-855 Cheryl 1 because everybody wants to know, where's Harry?
Where's Harry?
Where is Harry? Phone lines are open to you. Remember, 1-855 Cheryl 1 open to you. We do not let calls go directly on the air. Somebody called pretending to be child support, going, where's Harry? And it wasn't funny to us.
We don't play that.
Because we hung up on people.
Okay, cool.
We thought it was real child support. So you want to get your little jokey joke.
Wow.
But also, you can email us at SherylUnderwoodRadio.com. And you got The World According to Cheryl, the podcast of Cheryl Underwood Radio. And I'm going to make an announcement, and we'll revisit this again when Harry comes back. Courtney Black, back with the facts.
Yes.
Is going to do Courtney Black's social media shout-outs.
Uh-oh.
Why Courtney Black?
Because we love our fans and our listeners.
And they love us.
They sure do.
And since you've been over social media, they've been responding to a lot of the things that we're talking about.
Exactly.
So you're going to do the shout outs. Vic Frost, she's going to say and read some of the things that they post on social media for us.
Okay, Courtney.
Would that be on the Cheryl Underwood Radio page?
Yes.
On Facebook?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's at Underwood Radio, Twitter at Cheryl Underwood Radio,
That's
Facebook
beautiful.
And Instagram. Because you're doing Instagram too, right?
I'm doing all of them.
You're doing Twitter too, huh?
Twitter too.
I retweet. Don't I retweet a lot?
Yeah, that's
You
good.
do.
Does that make the people excited
Sure
that I
does.
retweet? Okay.
Yeah, they know you listening and
That's
you're reading
right.
their responses.
Yep, big shout out to
Thanks,
Saturday Night
Vic.
Live. They did a sketch, and and in the sketch they shouted out Howard University.
Sure did.
And they shouted out KA side,
That
Cap
was funny.
House.
Hey.
Wasn't that
That was
cool?
funny. That was
Yeah.
funny.
That was a funny sketch.
It was the whitest white dude you could imagine.
Right.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
all the black stuff. And he was a Kappa.
Yeah. That plays at Howard.
Hilarious.
What is his name?
Mitch? Not Mitch.
McAfee, is it? John
Mulaney.
I think that's his name. But it was funny because he could do all the electric slide every time he called.
He was definitely dancing like a white dude.
Yeah.
He was doing the moves.
He was subtle in it. He was subtle.
And he did all the Cupid Shuffle extra stuff.
Yes, everything they called for. Yeah, the fan.
In between.
Yeah. But when they did that, I was really proud that they shouted out not just.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Hey y'all, welcome back. Just a bit outside radio show. Really quickly, a couple of updates. Nets 76ers still holding on to a 9-point lead, 46-37. 8.5 minutes left in the second quarter. Baseball, we got a couple of battles going down. The Mets and the Phillies. Mets back out on top, 5-3. Cubs, Marlins, 4-2. Jay, your Cardinals, hot shit, 6-3. Brewers. Anything else interesting?
Hurricanes are opening it up against the Caps.
Oh, what's that score, bud?
3-0.
Oof.
Yeah.
Damn.
But the Caps are up 2-0. It's back in
Okay,
Carolina,
all right.
so.
Hey, we'll talk more about. Let's make it a point to talk some hockey next Monday.
Yeah.
Okay, we should. By that time, they should be in the thick of the playoffs by then, right?
Oh yeah.
Out of the first round, right?
Possibly.
It's
The first
a
round will
7-game
be
series.
wrapping up.
Yeah. Okay, cool. We'll do that. All right. So, Mark, do you have a feel good for us tonight?
Dude, not only do I have a feel good, I have the feel good and the hometown hero all in one.
Ooh, we going Sizzler. We going Sizzler.
And it went down today. It just happened.
Oh, what?
So, the Orioles are up there in Boston, Patriot Day. And you know what happens every year on Patriot Day up there in Boston? Boston Marathon.
Yeah, but that lady?
No.
Oh.
In the wheelchair division.
Yeah, I heard about him too.
Daniel Romachuk.
Yes.
Finished with a time of 1 hour, 21 minutes, 36 seconds. Makes history. He's from Mount Airy. He has...
I did not know that.
He has spina bifida, a birth defect that prevents developing baby's spinal cord column from forming properly. He's been paralyzed from the waist down and confined to a wheelchair since he is 3. And... he made history in that he was the first American to win the wheelchair division since 1993.
Fantastic.
And he's also the youngest winner of the wheelchair division at the Boston Marathon.
That's great. That is great.
Shout out to Daniel Romachuk.
Yeah. All right. So, you guys, there you have it. Once again, we definitely like to thank Paul McFarland and the Ring Dragon for coming through, chopping it up with us on the martial arts tip as well as with boxing. I mean, we really enjoyed that. It was an excellent conversation. We have, more guests for you, man. Like, the season, our third season, it started off really hot. We're going to try to keep it going for you guys. Also, my blog will be continuing the second installment and next stop on my Major League Baseball tour. That blog should be coming out at some point this weekend. I'm very excited to share my story, my opening day stories with you guys. Spend time in Baltimore, and as I said last week, spend time in Denver. Had some very unique experiences, out west. And like I said, I'm very eager and excited to share that with you guys. So be on the lookout for that as well. I think that's just about it.
Yeah.
Go Capitals.
Next week we'll be joined by Jay Jen,
yes!
musician, and also a huge sports fan from here in Baltimore.
Yep.
He appeared on The Voice, didn't get through, but dude's got talent.
All right, so there you have it. You know how we always end the show. Baltimore, spread love, yo. Hey, listen, y'all have a great week. Thanks for tuning in. See you next time. Oh, I'm feeling it today. Oh, jeez.
a go. We going live now. Got a favorite song, call into the show. Is he ready? Yeah. 4, 3, 2, 1, here we go.
That's what I'm talking about, Cheryl Underwood Radio. Yeah. The Iceman